Good morning, Christian Diaz Sanchez, and nice to meet you and to have you here in Venice at the opening of the Body Language 2022. We are presenting your sculpture today at the Room Contemporary Art Space, our exhibition gallery in San Marco Square. I would like that you introduce yourself and let's start a discussion about your art and your production.
Okay, thank you, Luca, for inviting us all to be here. You're doing a great job. I feel that it's liquid, it's something that is getting to be important in the way of this pandemic new system of life that it looks like that may last. It's not going to be a short time, so all this type of work, it's great for all the artists, so I'm very happy of being here. And
thank you very much.
Presenting my work it's the first time that I really present a work out of Barcelona, because these are prototypes. All my work is done in prototypes. I've been working this like 8 years. It was a gap of 50 years because I was an artisan when I was young.
Where are you from originally?
Born in Santiago de Chile. I lived in Santiago de Chile till I was 22. We had a workshop with my family at home when between my 16 and 22 years, more or less. It was a wonderful experience to work with a family workshop. We had a great time. We did great things, and we enjoyed it a lot, and we earned money. But the point is that it was very enjoying. It was a pleasure to work, and that's another thing that for me is very important. That all what you do needs to give you pleasure. All type of works, not only artistic, but whatever you do, you really need to be motivated and to enjoy it, to be good at what you're doing. If you're suffering or you don't like it, you're never going to be good. So,
what about the subject of your work and about this prototype?
I was getting the.
You are getting lost.
No,
remember.
No. It's this 50 years of work in different things, being an industrial designer, a graphic designer.
Wow.
Working also on refurbishing apartments, and so lots of work, even websites, maintaining a website, always in the artistic part of the work, but never had time to go back of what I left 50 years ago. And it was in 2014, more or less, when I discovered that I had more time for me and for whatever I thought I could do, and it came to my head that I really liked and enjoyed, and it needed to get on with sculpture, and then I did get back to it. Always working with very simple materials. My designing studio was changed into a workshop. Clearly, it didn't have the qualities of a workshop, but at least I could use it. It was the cheapest for me.
In this case, you are using wood.
No, it's always cardboard.
Ah, okay.
It's always cardboard. It's even more.
So you use carbon for the prototypes.
Well, in 8 years, I've done more or less 150, 160 works. They're all cardboard.
Okay.
Based in cardboard and based in recycled cardboard, because the inside of the sculpture, it's a sandwich of
different layers
of leftovers, boxes of packaging boxes.
Okay.
When you have all these stores that have these big boxes, and they need to get rid of, and they put them on the street. Here comes Christian, picks up all the leftovers and goes to his place and starts using them. Clearly there are many different types of cardboard, so sometimes the work is better, sometimes the work is worse because of the type of cardboard. And then the outside, it's normal cardboard.
Okay.
Agile to cover the... But clearly, and then it's obvious that they cannot be sold because they are very fragile. We know, we had an experience here that it was very fragile, but they have really this vitality and this emotion.
What about the concept behind this sculpture we are presenting today?
This one, for me, it was perfect for the body language because this work forms part of a series that is called God's Will or The Madness of Man, in which all the, as other series, they are all done in short periods. This is every now and then when I have experience of something that it was disturbing, in a moment that you see that men are being terribly mistreated, and because of wars, because of religion, because of anger, or even food or whatever, and
economical powers, you know.
And men as a group, it's the worst because it's terrible. It's destroying. So in these cases, all the figures express a moment. Nearly all are or ready to be tortured or ready to die. In this case, this guy is ready to die. It's an image that it really got into my head when there was the Daesh, the ISIS-Daesh movement in I don't remember the countries, near Iran, whatever, that they did build an independent country. What they did with all the ones that were not their followers, they more or less killed them, cutting their heads on TV live. So every now and then you could turn on TV and...
It's really interesting what you are telling about, because it's a social denounce about what is happening in many areas of the world. And even for us it's interesting that working on the concept of the body language, you can see whole other artists worked on the expression of our body. In this case you are using the concept of the body language to talk about
it's the body language, but it has the second message that it's political, if you want it. I don't think that to talk about politics, it's
no.
Politics, it's in our lives. It's not a party, it's not nothing. All we do, or the way we relate, it's politics. So.
Even the materials you use and the reuse of the materials, it's completely interesting, and is super contemporary, because everybody should start to follow this way.
I believe that it's good way. I believe that it was the only way for me to express very easily and with not expensive material, because clearly when I started I was 60, a little bit old to start trying to be a great artist, but the other way it was very interesting to learn how to work with the materials, and at one point there were some failures because one or two or three just broke because I did abuse the material, and then you cannot go on.
Okay, thank you very much for this conversation, and we will follow your work, and we will discover many things of your past too, because it's interesting, and thanks again for being in Venice.
Thank you, and I'm enjoying Venice. It's even it's cold, it's wonderful, and clearly I do appreciate this conversation, and I really think that it could be interesting to keep having coming because there are lots of things to work and to talk about the work that I do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.